We come back to insert, and we want to insert a new value. In fact, we'll do this in a query. So we want to insert into users, values. So we've got our ID. We've got our ID, our first name, our username, our password, our first name, and our last name. So we've got Alex, say password, Alex, and then Garrett. So let's click go. Now what you can see is, oh, okay, right, maybe not. So let's go back to operations. Oh, okay. So I set it to 0. It needs to be set to 1. Sorry. So click go. Let's come and delete this query I've just put in there. And what that will do is now when we want to reinsert some data, so insert into users, values, ID, username, password, first name, surname. If you set up this structure first of all, it makes it a lot easier to look at and say, just to enter your data. So password, Alex, and then Garrett. Let's click go. Now you can see that we've inserted it with a row ID. Okay, right, okay. For some reason this doesn't want to go back. That's odd. Perhaps we need to delete before we do this. So let's come into browse and click delete, operations. Let's come and change this to 1. Click go. Let's just check that's definitely been changed. Back to 1. Yeah, it has. So let's insert that again. We're certainly getting lots of practice inserting using this SQL. So insert into users, values. Oh, too many commas. So we've got the username, password again, Alex, and Garrett. So let's click go. Okay, so inserted row ID 1. So if you were to delete all the data in your table and you want to start at ID 1 again, then just click on the operations tab and you can do that from there. So these are some of the basic queries, if you like, that we've performed to insert, delete data, modify data. There's plenty more things you can do, things that you can use joins with combinations of tables. If you're struggling with this, then just have a play around with it, creating data, deleting, modifying, just selecting from different places as well. We also have things called ordering, so we can order things and limit things as well. Now let's just insert a few more bits of data. So username Billy, password, and then Billy Garrett. Let's insert some more. Say Dale, password Dale Garrett. Click go. So we've got 3 bits of data in here. So we're just imagining that we've got lots and lots of data for now. We've got ID of 1, 2, and 3. Now, assuming that ID is 1 for Alex and ID is 3 for Dale, Alex will have been created a lot earlier than Dale. We've created Alex first, then Billy, then Dale, because we're using the ID as an ordering system. Now it's probably best to use timestamps in this case. I have a tutorial on timestamps that you should go back and look at if you don't already know. But when you're inserting data, you should probably always use a field with a timestamp in it. And therefore, what you can do is you can order your rows depending on when that row was created. So when the row was created, the timestamp you'll be able to order it because it's just an integer. It's just a large integer. But for now, I'm going to order using ID. Now, what happens if I want to order this, display all users, but in order of the last user first? So I want Dale to be first, then Billy, then Alex. Now, if you don't know what I mean, I'm just going to show you. If we go to select, say, first name and the have I called it surname or last name? Let's just have a check. Surname. So first name and surname from users. All that's going to do is select everything. So let's just copy and paste that so we can use it later. Let's click go. You can see that what's happened is we've returned Alex, Garrett, Billy, Garrett, Dale, Garrett. Now, like I said, I want to structure this so Dale is at the top, then Billy, then Alex. For example, you may have a page on your website that says the new, like a member list, and you want to structure your member list with the newest member at the top. In this case, this is ordered in descending. We've started from the first user and we're descending down. What if we want it ascending? We want to go from the last one and we want to go up to the top. So what we do is we need to change our query in order to adhere to this. So what we need to do is we need to use this order by, and we want to order it by a specific column, and this column, as we've discussed, is ID. So order by ID. Now it's fair enough ordering by ID, but how are we ordering? Now we can order by ascending or descending, and it's written ASC or DESC. Okay, so yeah, DESC. So I want to order by ascending first of all. I'm going to click go, and you can see that it's ordered it in ascending order. Now if I want to descend from Dale to Alex, all I need to do is make a simple edit to my query, and I want to say order descending in capitals so we can see what we're doing. So I'm now ordering it in descending order. So if we click go, you can see that Dale's at the top, then Billy, then Alex. So like I said, this could be important for something, a list that you want to order in a specific order. You could be ordering by, say, a price, or you could be ordering by a date that a comment was made. So if you had a comment system on your website, you'd be storing comments in a table. You'd assign the date to a field called timestamp, and then you can order by that time. So there's many uses for things like ordering. So now what happens if I only want to show the first two recently registered users, which in this case would be Dale and Billy? I can use this thing called limit, the limit keyword. So order by ID descending space limit and then a number. So limit 3, limit 2, limit 1. If you had lots of records, you could say limit 100. So I'm going to limit by 2. It's as simple as that, limit space 2. Remember your space after you're descending as well. So we don't need any sort of commas or anything in between these. We just need spaces. So now what we're doing is we're selecting the first name and the surname from users. We're ordering by the ID in descending limit, so from the most recently inserted row to the least, or the first, I guess. And then we're limiting by 2. So by clicking this, clicking go, you can see that we're only returning the first 2 rows. So I think that's about all for the most basic queries, things like that we're going to be using on a regular basis. You will pick up more as we go along, especially inside PHP when we need to do things like joins. But for now, that's basic queries, and I've demonstrated this in PHP My Admin, which is a really good place to mess around and try things out in an environment where you can visualize things rather than going straight into PHP. So if you visualize this first and have a play around, as soon as you understand it, then we can proceed to doing this but inside PHP.